To be honest with you, shadow work is actually pretty simple. But what exactly is the shadow? The shadow is the part of ourself which is considered evil in the eyes of the average human, although it determines a big part of our being. It is not the physical shadow, but the psychic shadow. The shadow is like a mirrored counterpart of oneself, an entity being its own self within our soul, with its own qualities of sentient psyche. A shade of our subconscious and unconscious world will be reflected by it. This mostly happens out of necessity, unless we live in complete harmony with both sides of the soul. The shadow is only complete within only a few people in this world. Due to the disharmony held together by emotional tension, almost every sentient being has a shadow of its own, meaning a fractalized soul. In most cases, the shadow is unfed and neglected. Then in extreme situations, which is during very positive or very negative experiences. Self-identification with this shadow being can occur. What is shadow work? Shadow work is the process of identification of the dark side of the soul and its assimilation into the conscious part of our mind in order to become whole, in order to become one, as an integral and unpolarized being. It is the process of full soul recovery, the key to inner reconciliation between the two paradigms we embody, also depicted as the famous battle between God and the devil. We are both of those two energies. We must decide which side to feed and in which quantity. It is the secret way of bringing order to our chaotic nature by exerting sheer willpower over our mind and making peace with ourselves. They always like to paint this picture of light side versus dark side in movies, religions, and everything else. But blackness is the sum of all colors, meaning that all the colors that constitute the light spectrum, aka light side, emanated from darkness. Darkness is our beginning and end, from the womb to the grave, yet we are scared of it. Light and dark belong together as one entity. This is our true nature. Start thinking light, dark instead of light versus dark. We could also say light is dark and dark is light, since all paradigms shall be reconciled eventually. You start complete. You will remark that as kids, we are not yet conditioned by society. Kids live in their truth. Kids live in their authenticity by default. This makes them powerful spiritual beings. They are unbounded by doubt, guilt, or shame. They simply are whatever they put their mind to until life starts messing with their soul, making them bend and conform to its norms, doctrines, and morals. Some souls are new here. They have to learn everything and evolve from scratch. Whereas some others incarnate with advanced souls and navigate life with more ease on certain spiritual aspects. Once you start the process of shadow work, it only gets better from there. However, you will have to endorse the power and responsibility of becoming more conscious of your actions by the day. Do not believe it to be hard. Do not believe it to be easy. Just believe in yourself. How to start? Most people want to find something that will protect them from the so-called evil in the world. They believe that either the angels or some talisman will guard and keep them safe, or that if they ignore or pray for the evil in the world, it will not affect them. Most people focus on what could be, should be, will be. They think that they can control themselves and their environment. They think that if they try harder, concentrate more, think positively, it will all come right. The truth is that the shadow is not under their control. It is out to get them, and it will. No matter what. There is nothing more destructive than ignoring the shadow. The shadow can literally bring out the beast in men and might expose one to being punished for wrongdoing when it comes out. Some people avoid the shadow. They chase enlightenment, or they pursue knowledge and the intellect and get caught in mental masturbation, suppressing their feelings of anxiety and frustration, passion, anger, and so on. You must confront yourself honestly. You must analyze your thought patterns and behaviors, question your actions. Self-actualization must become part of your routine. Believe it or not, very few people question their own actions or behaviors. Accountability is at an all-time low. So is consciousness as a result. Take notes and discover your hidden personality as much as you can. Know when you are blocked by your intuition or by your own fear. It will take time and get overwhelming sometimes. Do not quit on yourself. People lie, deceive, manipulate, and act out maliciously, then self-justify to avoid self-judgment. They deserved it. I was only trying to help them. They were on the wrong path. Of course, the list of excuses is endless. The world is full of this meanness, violence, hatred, selfishness, and people full of wickedness. This only reflects what is inside their own heart. Acknowledging the shadow is the first and hardest step to becoming free. Being strictly honest about figuring out what the shadow is about and for what purpose is a language one must attempt to understand. There is no point in creating a facade. If one really wants to become whole, more is required than a simple fake it until you make it. It can work to some extent initially, but your transformation must go deeper. Know your limits, test them always, and you will be able to understand your desires and your limitations. You will then realize the limitation is only within. Your willpower is changing things against all odds. Dare living the desire. Give free hands to your hunger and find the right balance, or it will destroy you. What will you gain from it? Eventually, you will be remembered for your charisma and potential accomplishments in this world. All great leaders must master this aspect of self. You will be able to deal with the shadow of other people once you have mastered your own. You will better understand the pros and cons of duality. You will stop projecting your expectations upon other people and love them as they are, or just dismiss them without trying to mold them into your liking. You will be able to express yourself authentically without doubt, shame, or guilt. Your energy will flow freely. You will feel more fulfilled by default. You will understand yourself more and appreciate it. You will get more respect without trying. You will stop falling for the endless trap of seeking absolute perfection in yourself. Your life will finally start. I sincerely encourage you to experiment on your own. I hope you will start this rewarding journey today if you haven't already. Remember, always remind conscious. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.